there, it's Anna. Welcome to the March garden. I wanted to give you a tour around the garden, show you how everything's looking, what we've got growing, and yeah, just give you a little status update. We've got a couple cold nights coming up, and so hopefully none of these things are going to get hurt by those, but I thought I would just come out and give you a tour just in case anything dies, so at least I can remember what it looked like before we have like a 25-degree night coming up. It's about 45 today, but it's actually starting to snow, which is a total surprise. I didn't even think it was going to rain today, but I'll take you around, give you a little tour, and yeah, let's see the garden. Okay, so this first raised bed here is just a couple cabbages. There's really not much going on in there right now, but the couple of the cabbages are looking pretty nice. I think they may bolt. They're not really heading up, but we'll see what happens. The winter sowing is all looking good. I'm gonna be ready to plant out some of those pretty soon here. Actually, the artichokes I think are really ready to get out into the plot. Look at this snow. This is so crazy. I'm gonna put the row covers back on as soon as I'm done here, but I just wanted to show you what it's looking like without the row covers because the pansies and violas are looking so beautiful. And I actually planted those in the fall, and then they've overwintered and come back. I cut them back pretty hard midwinter, and then now they've just flushed back with all these beautiful blooms. Rainbow of Swiss chard going along here, and then I just stuck these grow bags in here because I'm having a little trouble with my little bush peas germinating, so I don't really know what's going on with that. I put them under the row covers to see if it would help. Obviously it didn't, but it's also just kind of covering the soil, so that's fine. Container lettuce is looking good. Let me step over here. I've got some violas. These I started from seed. These are the tiger eye violas. I started from seed in the winter in January, and they are starting to bloom. I can't wait for them to bloom. It's such a success. I've never successfully started violas from seed, so that was super exciting. And then a container of lettuce. I've got these are forget-me-nots actually that are working their way up. We've just got violas. Got a dead head. Violas everywhere. Here's my container lettuce, my little window box that I did. I'll link the video where I planted all these in the description, but everything is coming up and growing slowly but surely. And then my spring containers have just been so fun. The poppies have been stunning, and I love this rock foil. And then this is my little container that I started from bulbs in the fall. I planted it and it has just come up beautifully. Like, it really turned out, and that has been so exciting. So I've loved this little corner of flowers. It's been brightening up the garden so much, and it makes me feel like ready for spring. Then over here, coming up in the landscape, those are my perennial phlox. Got some black-eyed Susans that are coming up. Sorry, I shouldn't get my hand like too in the way when I'm pointing. Perennial phlox in the middle, and then actually these are some like globe alliums over here that are popping up, and I'm really excited for those to bloom. I think that's going to be really cool. Then this is French breakfast radishes in that little line, a little bunch of carrots, and then these pansies have just taken off and are wild. I think they're just so gorgeous. I love the blue. Blue pansies are always such a classic. Making our way over here, we've got some catmint that's coming up. The peas are on their way, looking good. And then this is all dill. Ooh, the wind. Dill, and these are cherry bell radishes that are starting. And then these are Brussels sprouts, but as you can see, they're starting to bolt. So I don't think I'm going to get any Brussels sprouts from them this year. I just have yet to be able to successfully grow Brussels sprouts. So I don't know. I'm going to keep trying, but yeah, not this year. But anyways, dill, just a bunch of dill. I just wanted to have a ton of dill in this bed. And then I'm going to plant cucumbers into here once it warms up. I did plant out my snapdragons, and they've been growing. They look good. They're definitely putting on a lot more leaves, and they're still really tiny now, but they're growing. And then here's my little container pond, which is just kind of looks like a disaster right now, but it's going to have plants in here, and I'm just sort of experimenting with how this all looks and how this all works. sorry, this wind is kind of wild right now. And then there's a bunch of worms that got into the bottom, so that's kind of gross. Yuck. I've got a couple little trees. This is my corkscrew willow, has started to leaf out, which is so exciting. And then down here I have a hardy fig, which I just planted, and so not much is happening yet, but I'm sure it will be soon. And the last big planting space I have is my green stalk, which I've been so happy with because everything is just coming up and looking beautiful. This is all greens like arugula and corn salad and Swiss chard and a few onions and leeks. Everything is just coming up beautifully. The last piece of the greenhouse, or the last piece of the garden here is the greenhouse. And so there's a bunch of seeds that I sowed. These I sowed in March. They're looking really good. Down here are some of the flowers and herbs that I sowed in January. And then over here we have my peppers, which I basically given up on because they're not growing and they're stunted. Something's terribly wrong, and I think I've just decided I'm gonna buy peppers this year, and coleus. This is coleus, and I've always had such luck growing those, and I think there's something wrong with my potting soil. Something happened. So yeah, it's kind of a loss, but that's okay. Just go to the garden center, have fun shopping, not worry about it. These are some of the things that I started in this greenhouse. They've been out here 24/7 and just doing great. Bunching onions, which I'm going to plant out soon, some sweet alyssum, and some watercress, which I'm also going to pot up soon. So this has been a success in this container, other than one cell of sweet alyssum didn't really get going. And then down here are the tomatoes, which, yeah, sort of. It's been a weird year for me with my seedlings. I don't really know what's going on. I don't know why my tomatoes and peppers have been having such a hard time, but again, if I need to be, I'm just gonna go buy more. So that's okay. And then down here are some petunias, a couple dahlias, some yarrow, some fun things. So that is just a quick little look at the garden, but I just wanted to give you a little status update. And as always, I'll keep you posted, and check out Instagram too. I'm always updating over there. But thank you so much for watching. I hope you're having so much fun in your garden, and I'll talk to you in the next one.